IB Biology Topic 3.2 Chromosomes Point 5. Homologous chromosomes carry the same sequence of genes, but not necessarily the same alleles of those genes. This video will be a sort of extension to the swapping over example given in Chromosomes Point 4 in the previous video. Our first point is that two chromosomes that have the same sequence of genes are homologous chromosomes. And by this point, we see that even though these homologous chromosomes have the same sequence of genes, they are usually not identical because some genes may have different alleles. And if you remember, there may be many different versions of a gene, and so an allele is a version of a gene. And as visualized in the previous video, these two genes on a chromosome, well, this may still swap over so long as this is at least a version of the gene. So it doesn't have to be identical, it may simply be an allele. This next point may be posed as a question. So if two eukaryotes are members of the same species, in terms of homologous chromosomes, well, what happens? What we see is that we can expect that all of the chromosomes, so that chromosomes from eukaryote 1 are homologous with eukaryote number 2. Now, what this means, in more simple terms, is that if we have two members of the same species, so let's say two humans, in this case a human is a eukaryote, so two humans, we can expect that, well, in humans we have 23 unique chromosomes, so we can expect that chromosome number 1 is homologous with chromosome number 1 from the second human. The same with number 2 and 3 and for all 23. They have to be able to pair up during meiosis. And pairing up during meiosis means that this allows members of the same species to interbreed, meaning have children with each other. And this point right here, this is very important. What we'll see is that members of the same species can interbreed. And sometimes, rarely, but sometimes we'll have members of opposite species that can interbreed. But this is very rare because these the chromosomes have to be homologous. They have to be able to pair up during meiosis. And the process of meiosis has to be able to complete without any errors. That would be so large that the offspring simply can't survive. And this is also a large limitation. So if there are two eukaryotes that are members of different species, in most cases they can't reproduce, they can't interbreed. And this is because their chromosomes, they can't pair up during meiosis, and so the process, it simply can't complete.